Welcome to episode 12 of The World Is Beeped. This is a continuation of the wine drinking from the previous episode. It took ages to edit because we are all over the place with stories and can't stay on the one topic. So there is a lot of bleeped out subjects and names and places, but it's fun. And then we also did our first listener story where we have one of our listeners send in a story and we listen to it and talk about it, and we may never do it again. It was a bit long, but anyway, so was this. Enjoy. I'll tell you about last night, will I?
Go on then. Can I vape in your living room?
Yeah, fuck it. No, I
won't do it too much.
No, it's fine. Can I even tell the story? I'm fucking sick of swingers. Right? What?
I don't know what it is about you and Jane. Every time you socialise with a group of people, they're like, they're swingers.
They're coming on to us.
All the time.
I told you about...
Yes.
Right? Slapping a fucking dick and a fanny away.
Yes.
Like, stay away, get the fuck away, right?
Just dick and fanny flying at you left, right and centre.
Yeah. I'll tell the story.
Tell it.
So...
You've got nothing to be... You don't owe anyone anything.
I snapped last night. I think I used the phrase, we don't fucking share.
Oh.
Right? So we're there at a party, and there's loads of people. I don't know. It turns out it's a kind of ADHD thing as well, where you can predict how things are going to go. You know, you can read someone. You can tell if they're good or bad. I've always been a good judge of character.
That's just emotional intelligence.
No, the first time I seen you hosting that shitty open mic, I was like, Tinnica, you need to book him.
Hey, I ran that open mic for like a year and a half.
Man, that was a fucking horrible night when I was there.
That night.
That was that.
It was actually a good open mic in the end.
Yeah, I'm sure it
ended
would
the
have
way
been.
we always knew it would. We turned up one night and the shutters of the business were down.
How many times has that happened?
Must happen. I would love to just tour the world and find people that had run open mics in bars that had ended exactly that way.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, so there's no more gigs?
I was delighted because I was kind of done with it, to be honest.
I'd say you're past that at that stage, but it's like open mics, not age.
Oh, well, listen, I'm not going to be a snooty bitch about open mics. I'm always saying that the pros here should go more often.
I like open mics if they're good, and
but they're never good. That's the point.
No, they used to. I've done a few before, and that one was horrific. Because the guy, there was a guy got up and he goes, "You've heard me do this joke for 5 years, so I'll do it again." And he told some fucking story, like it was the most horrific thing.
Who was it? What was the story? Remind me the story. I'll tell you who it was.
I know who it was.
Oh well, we probably shouldn't say it. Did you say? I know who you're talking about now. I was like, don't put that in the podcast.
No, and then it's that, him. And then there was that old guy got up and he goes, so, and he was asking the audience to tell him jokes or something like that, or give him punchlines. It was horrific. One? Yeah, open mics are good. Can't remember what the point was. But anyway.
We were talking about last night.
Oh, fuck yeah, right. So
there you are, you and Jane at a party.
I'm going to go back. So we went to a party ages ago, and it was in the same venue as the fucking 50th birthday party. So I'm already haunted by the venue itself, right? Mm-hmm. And it's my mate's birthday, and there's a load of people there. You could get the vibe, and I was dressed as Barry Gibb, right? So
of course.
Yeah.
Of course you were.
It was something 70s party.
Yeah, but when there's a 70s party, there's always about 4 men dressed as Barry Gibb.
No, the thing is, no one dresses as Barry Gibb.
What do you mean? Everyone dresses as Barry Gibb.
No, everyone dresses as Elvis.
I've seen about 3 Barry Gibbs this week.
Nah. No, have you?
Yeah.
Shit the bed. So I dressed as Barry.
Unless I just think they're Barry Gibb.
It could be Morris Gibb or
you're right.
Or Robin Gibb.
Sorry, I forgot about the other Gibbs.
Yeah, it could be the other Gibbs. So it's not all about Barry. You know what I mean? True. So I had fake. I couldn't get fake teeth, so I got electrical tape.
Oh, okay.
White tape.
I was going to say, without the fake teeth, you're not Barry Gibb.
You're not Barry Gibb. And I got Polydent. I went to the shop and bought Polydent to stick the tape on, right? And I got Jane I have a photograph somewhere. Jane to fake tan me.
And was Jane Barry Gibb as well?
What was she dressed up? I can't remember.
Was she Cher?
No,
Cher's another common
something
one.
like that. Yeah. But like, obviously, she's gorgeous, so she
is very beautiful.
Steals the attention when she's in rooms. And anyway, so we were playing pool and having a few drinks, and there was I could see something starting to happen, and I could see they were trying to separate us. They're trying to, oh, Jane, do you want to come over here? Like, separate us from the herd.
Separate, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing, right? And I could tell, and there was a woman there that was doing me head in, and I went, she kept on trying to take Jane away, and I was just getting the vibe where, you know, you're talking to someone and they whisper to each other, and then they look back at
And
you.
then they're like, you take Jane away.
It's like, no, it was that. It's like, yeah, I think he's ours tonight, right? It's that sort of shit. So,
Really?
and I'm getting this vibe, and I'm turning around to Jane going, I'm uncomfortable here. This feels weird. And she goes, oh, it's probably fine. And then a woman comes up of a hairy chest, and she puts her fingers through my hair, and she goes, can't wait to rub my fingers through that tonight, later on. I was like, get your fucking hands off. I don't like being touched. Get your fucking hands off me. And she laughed as if like, this is a game.
As if you're joking.
And she was doing the same sort of shit, and kind of walking up behind Jane and fucking gyrating and stuff like that. And then a couple
Trying to scissor Jane.
Trying to scissor my Jane. I scissor Jane.
First time.
But anyway, so one of them said something. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to ask Jane. And because I turned up and I was like, right, to get you, I'm drinking a bottle of wine and a fucking load of Jaeger. So and I can read. I can walk in a room and go, I know exactly what he's going to say to me in an hour, right?
Yeah.
And like you can
I
do
know
what
exactly what
audiences.
you mean.
Yeah, like the guy in Blenheim, right? He's a prime example.
Prime example.
Right. So I walked in and then we're having a laugh, and then this old guy comes in and wearing a suit, looked like fucking real estate. And then I was kind of in the way of the fridge, and then he sort of comes over and he hears the accent, right? Which is why sometimes if you're not in the mood, you don't open your mouth, right? If you're out in the
I
shop,
know exactly what you mean.
So you just don't talk because you know the conversation.
Yeah,
you know
where are you from?
Yeah, how long you here? Do you like it here?
I get a... Because they're not used to my dialect, I think, here. I get a, are you Irish or Scottish? They're never really sure.
Yeah.
Because they mostly hear Glaswegian. When they think of Scotland, they think Glasgow.
Or Shrek.
Or Shrek, which is Glaswegian.
Ah. Yeah. Oh, hey. Because I did too many stories again. We'll get to a question eventually.
Get back to your fridge and your Tetris.
So he comes over because I have another story to tell you about someone thinking I'm
Jesus
Scottish.
Christ.
I know. We'll get to the fucking podcast in a bit.
We're going to need to do some questions.
We will. There's a load of questions. So he comes over and he's, where are you from? Ireland, Scotland, it's the same conversation, blah, blah, blah. And it was just a weird sort of interaction. And I knew it was going to get to it where he'd start doing the accent and he'd start going on about potatoes. And I went, I just turned around to Jane and goes, I knew this cunt would be a racist. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I do not care anymore. I'm like, this prick, and then your one coming over and stuff. I was like, we don't fucking share, all right? No one wants this. Look at the state of you. Look at the state of you.
You people make me sick.
Absolute fucking...
If you're listening.
Like...
And I'm not saying don't have a swingers party. Have all the swingers parties you want.
If you're with a minger and you're not happy with your minger, right? Have a swinger party with your minger and get another one.
Or likewise, if you've got a looker and you're like, I want to show them off.
Yeah.
By all means.
Do that. But if you're with a cracker and you just don't want to share,
that's fine too.
Fucking invade. Don't try and get in. So it's
leave them alone.
Leave us the fuck alone.
Leave Alan and Jane alone. They've only got one hook in their ceiling.
Yeah.
For one swing.
Yeah, for one swing. See that? You could swing your bollocks over. It's so yeah. Anyway, so it just got it's like, do you ever see what's that movie? It's a Tarantino movie, and George Clooney is in it.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Awesome film.
Amazing. So the bit where they all turn into vampires.
I love that scene.
Yeah, but
it was like that.
These parties, you go, this is the vampire bit.
But there's no Salma Hayek.
There's absolutely that'd be a different fucking
be a
story.
Game changer.
That's a game changer. Oh, Salma Hayek. But I was doing a quiz in an office on, oh god, people get so drunk at their jobs.
Yeah,
in an office space on Thursday, 5:00.
Yep.
I got in there and
I didn't appreciate, because I've worked in offices for a long time, many years, right? Worked in banks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I did not appreciate how many offices you can work in that have bars.
yeah, there's a
I've
bar.
only learned that doing this job.
They get
all of them have
absolutely
got bars.
fucked
They
up.
get fucked up. And sometimes they get me fucked up as
I
well.
let them.
Yeah.
I try
I
wine.
occasionally go, no, I'm fine.
No,
If it's a weekday.
I'll take it.
But quite often, I'll have one, but quite often I can get quite drunk.
I'll take them. I'll get fucked up. It's 5:00 and I was having a laugh. I went over to get the answers from one team, and a girl just goes, "Oh," I was like, "The fuck
you,
was that
bitch."
about?" Yeah, I was like, "Do you think I'm fucking riddles? What the fuck was that?" Right into the mic, and she goes, "Oh, you're Scottish,"
Oh.
and I goes,
Oh, I see.
"One, I'm Irish. You fucking racist." And two, what's wrong with Scotland, right?
Yeah.
And then so
Well said, darling.
yeah, and then I took the piss out of her for
What's
the rest
this
of the
ugly
night.
bitch's problem?
Yeah, but she was young. And I was like, Wait,
Well.
how are you? How I thought young people weren't racist and or all of that sort of shit. Then there was another girl that was so drunk she nearly fell off her chair and you had to catch her. She's like, I think you got the scores wrong.
Jesus.
I couldn't be that drunk in public, let alone at a job.
Let alone with your colleagues.
At your colleagues, yeah.
No,
But what was I going to talk about? Should we do a quiz?
I think we should do a quiz. I think this intro has gone on long enough.
It's 1 hour. I'd notes to talk about Ed Bourne. I opened for Ed Bourne.
Oh, yeah,
we did a
for Ed
tour.
Bourne.
We did a tour.
We did a tour. Fuck, we did a tour.
We did a tour. God, I watched
Did I
the
tell you
video at
about my
Hamilton.
one standing ovation
No.
in
Napier.
Napier?
No.
Standing ovation.
No camera.
One woman told her to sit down. Says, sit down, you're too old.
Sit down. I know
I've
I
been
was
thinking
good.
about it ever since because I'm like, I wonder if I just left her standing, if other people would have joined her.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I'm going to say in my head that they would have.
I think they would have, and that's organic and that's beautiful, right? There's a comedian, I won't say their name,
I know what you're talking about.
but they
They have a
encourage.
bit with a standing and then they take a photo.
No.
Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking, no, I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I'll cut the name out.
No, I can't even remember.
Oh yeah, you can't
I've
remember.
had a few wines now.
No, this one, this one.
Loose lips, you know.
This I know, this one he goes, I remember I was doing a gig, it's a he. And he goes, so here's what's gonna happen. I was emceeing, he goes, I'm gonna come off. This is what he does. I'm gonna come off and you're gonna go, did you enjoy that? Give it up for blah blah blah. Would you like to see more of him? And then encourage
Raf.
what's the
Oh, I
thing?
don't
An
like
encore.
that. An
That's what
encore.
it was. And then he goes, that's what's gonna happen.
No, I don't like
And
that.
I went, no, it's not.
That's not happening.
And then he goes, and we're going to do a Q&A after the show, so we're going to bring
What,
out
who the
chairs.
fuck is that? Wait, you've got to tell me. Cut it out. Who is it?
You wouldn't have experienced him. I have fucking good stories about him as well.
I have
tell
to
you.
say, if I was emceeing and somebody said that, I would be like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, well, I did.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not organic, so I goes,
The closing of the show is my moment.
yeah.
That's when I MC,
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, hands up for the venue, hands up
Yeah.
for all the acts, and give me one as well.
Give me a thing, and you've been lovely, see you later.
'Cause it's
Goodbye.
not been about you all
Yeah.
night. Take that moment. You're the MC.
So he says that,
He can
and
fuck off.
yeah, and pretty much my face said it, and I went out and I wrapped up the show as I normally would. Thanks a lot, you've all been amazing. Have a great night. And then I walked off, and he goes, "Why didn't you fucking do the thing?" I goes, "Because they're done. The show was over." Right? And he goes, "No, we're doing a Q&A." And he goes, well, we're going to do a Q&A.
Oh, Jesus
So he walked
Christ.
out, right?
And they're all leaving.
Right? Never been there in my life. Some of them are leaving. He goes, "You want to?"
Do you want a Q&A?
Yeah.
Q&A, I know.
I know. Q&A.
If you've got a Q, I've got an A.
But there was a guy, I'll never forget it. Some things stick in your head like that. What's wrong with you? All I heard was a fellow go, "No," as he's walking out, right?
Agonizing.
So he got the chairs, and some people stayed. And he goes, "Okay, to me as the MC, do you want to get them to ask questions?" I was like,
I'm done.
"I'm done." So I'm sat in the end chair, right?
Having a drink. You're like, I'm
Yeah,
in the Q&A
I'm-
as well
I'm,
now.
I'm finished.
I'm part of the Q.
This is going in me, and this is going
That is
out,
hideous.
right? So we're sitting there. I lasted a minute before I walked off stage, right? And you go, "Anyone got any questions? Got any questions?" And it was so delayed that I had a drink and I just started laughing at the crowd and laughing with them. And I goes, "Have a good night. Cheers." And I walked off. So he was fuming that I ruined his Q&A and I didn't bring him on for an encore. But it was the most forced, horrendous.
I hate
It's
that.
embarrassing.
I hate
it. It was
that.
embarrassing.
That's cringe
Yeah.
as fuck.
So he wasn't happy.
Comedians are a very interesting breed of people because, like, it doesn't matter how good you are or how
Yeah.
bad you are, right? It takes a certain level of ego
Yeah.
to do stand up, right? So I've got it, you've got it,
Yeah.
everybody's got it.
Yeah, we're
whether they're doing it for the first time as an open micer or whether they're 40 years in, we've all got an unbearable ego.
Yeah.
But there
You
is
have to
some-
know you're good
you have
to walk
to.
out on stage
but you
to
have,
expect
or
the
you have
laughs.
to at least think you'll be good. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is something really sickening I don't know how to describe it. It's the first time I'm really thinking of it. When that ego just goes too far.
Yeah.
And there's just something really disgusting about it.
Yeah.
And you realize, like, because, I mean, Tim, my partner, gets annoyed with me all the time with comedy, right? Because he's like, basically because I'm egotistical as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I acknowledge. Have
but-
to be.
Yeah. It's the job.
But there's something about somebody who is just so emotionally dense. Like, as in, they don't have the emotional intelligence to know how a room of people feel about them.
Yeah.
So that they can cap the ego at the right moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
God,
Because you'll see
stories.
me, I'll go out on stage and be like, I'm fucking amazing, and I'm this and that, all the time. But I can read when they're like
No.
not
prove it.
responding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll scale back
Yeah,
if
you
I
reel
need
it in,
to.
yeah.
Some people, they just don't have that ability. They're like, it's a privilege for them to watch me, not the other way around. I find that really twisted.
I have a couple of stories.
It's almost, I mean, I know they say that comedians have got like psychopath tendencies, right? Which you can kind of see.
Do they?
Have you never read the study? No. That comedians have a lot in common, as in emotional, psychological, I don't know, traits with psychopaths.
Watching some open mics, I'm not fucking surprised.
No, I know. I can't believe you've not heard that before. I thought that was pretty.
No, I've
common
never
knowledge.
heard that before.
I'll link you the study.
Link me the story.
And but it's but there's something when you see it in full flow, when it's like somebody who can't even read that the room hates them or doesn't like them or isn't enjoying them or doesn't idolize them, and they still think they should be loved and adored and idolized. It's bizarre.
I really want to tell you these stories. All right, the quiz will happen at some stage. Right,
Go for it. Let's do it.
I told you about the guy.
Let's do it. Do you know what? We could probably carry an episode just talking.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine doing no quiz stuff. That's a whole episode.
Listen,
so,
that's what all the other comedian podcasts are.
is what?
Just people talking.
Yeah.
This is our podcast jingle.
Could have been in the cook. So apparently you went out.
Well, it is a hard little room.
That's a tough.
It can
one.
be a
Jeez.
hard room.
Watch that video back. I watched the video back, and I could see the bit where I was snapping with the people talking. Like, what?
You were so quick to snap at
Yeah.
that point, though. You were so quick. I was walking over because we just heard you speaking for the first time and it was really boomy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
of the sound.
Yeah.
So I was walking over to the guy to say, we need to take the volume down a wee bit. So it was literally, you must have only said 2 or 3 lines.
Yeah, I wasn't long.
And then you kicked off.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck.
No, I know. I know.
But it shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. You're doing it. Just 67 people, I think. There was.
Yeah.
Us 70 people there, staffs more for comedy,
Yeah.
and there's 4 fellas up there having the loudest conversation.
Can you hear them on the mic?
I could hear everything, and I'm like, I thought it was a TV. I said, "Is there a TV on?" No, it's just them up there.
And you
then
could
I
see
were
there was people sitting up there with them
and they were
that
like,
moved because
yeah,
they were getting pissed
I
off.
can't hear. And then it was the word when he turned around and he goes, "Yeah, but the Marist." I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
What does that mean?
It's a club. It's a local rugby club or whatever. Right. So they'd be regulars. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. No one else
Give
cares.
them a ticket and get them to watch.
Like, go somewhere else for 2 hours. So I snapped. I had to kill it early. But I knew how the show was going to go.
Yeah,
and I went,
yeah.
I can't even play around with this. I can't see them. I can hear them. I can see people getting pissed off.
This is our podcast jingle.
We drink all the time anyway.
I know. It
Like
is
every
bad.
fucking gig.
I'm actually not so. I don't drink every gig. Most of them I do though.
Yeah, most. But I'd love it.
Booze and crack I do. Like
Yeah.
fucking Firihanga.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's a different
I
story.
was immense. I was absolute. That's probably the drunkest I've been on one of the tours
Really?
that night. Yeah.
Because I stopped drinking wine, so I don't get as bad
Because the
now.
shots of whiskey and shit they were
Yeah.
cracking out, and then fucking.
Fuck your heads the next day.
Oh my god. it was
Your
awful.
heads the next day.
Sean missed his flight.
Yeah, I know. I'm putting together the whole video, the whole trip. Like, it's hilarious. Like, and I get in the lads, can you send me old videos? Because I'm going to do an intro, and I go, some mad shit has happened. There's been fucking waking up in hospital, a breakdown on stage, all
Who
mad
broke down on
me
stage?
in fucking
Oh,
Wanaka, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of that
yeah.
mad stuff. I'm
That
like,
was that was nasty for you.
but I was I was going through stuff, but having every comedian pull out and go, I can't do it now. I'm like, what the fuck?
I
I
know.
don't know from here.
I know.
So
I really felt shitty for you that night.
yeah, but it is what it is. It'll never happen again. But it's but yeah,
Well, it might, but that's all right.
I will see. Fingers crossed.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. It's not a big deal.
No, it is, but it had to happen, and everything was going to boil over. And then
You're still
then it
one
does.
of only 2 comedians. Sorry, now I've had a few wines. I'm getting a bit I'm getting a bit like, don't you know? You're one of only 2 comedians that I've gone on after, where I'm like, I don't want to follow it.
Yeah.
That's just you and Abby Howells.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's it.
Because I have it with
I've never felt that way about anybody else. Just the 2 of you.
even Correos.
I've never followed
Oh,
Chris.
even yeah.
But Correos is a different beast, I think, in terms of the sort of stuff that we do. I think because you were it was with the night you were emceeing in
50 younger.
no
Not Hamilton. Not Hamilton.
no it was
That
that
was a
one with the
shocker.
cave.
Oh,
You
Mapua.
did such
Mapua.
a good job.
Mapua,
You were
yeah.
awesome.
I can't remember which one was that.
I
The
remember
Mitre
like
10 or
it was
something?
yeah
Yeah,
the Mitre 10
yeah.
thing. I think before I went on, I was watching you and I was like, oh, they love him. They can't love the next person as
Nah,
much.
they can. They
No,
can.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
That
know. I know what you mean.
I'm talking about that feeling that
Yeah.
somebody you're watching gives you. And the first time I ever saw Abby Howells, I was on directly after her, and I remember feeling the same way
I
because she is good.
This is our podcast jingle.
Right,
yeah, no, that's no. Thanks very much. It is. I get that with some people, but you have to realize as well. Like I've followed David, and people are afraid to follow him. But
Oh,
it's
I
a-
would fall. I wouldn't
yeah.
be afraid of doing
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah.
I would
But
do
it's you know, but some people are. But it's an easy reset. So
That's what I was just
That's
about
it,
to say.
yeah.
You just flip the tone.
That's it.
totally. Because he's so crazy.
Yeah.
If you just ground them
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
it's so simple.
So I used to. I'm not as hyper on stage now, but I used to right at them. So if I was following David, I'd have to
Tone back.
slow it down, and then let it build up
I
again.
actually think that the way that I do stand up would be a good follow to somebody like David, to be honest with you, because I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
standard.
And you
Well,
own the stage.
yeah.
You own the stage, and that's what they need. They need.
Just come out and
you
own
can't
the
walk
space.
out and just all fucking
Oh,
terrified.
weak and feeble.
Yeah.
No.
He was good, wasn't he?
Oh my god! Imagine following that.
Yeah, I can't fucking do it. I'm gonna
He
pull
is
out a
very
gig.
good.
I love him. He's
I
great.
think that that joke he's got where he does an impression. This is my impression of a mime finding out about their family
Yeah.
being murdered.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things ever.
Oh man, I love it.
I adore it.
Yeah.
I think he's really class.
Yeah, he's amazing. Like we did a
There's a
tour.
load of them I think are class actually because I was so angry last time. I should be more positive in this recording.
No,
There's
there's
a load.
lot. There's a lot of lovely
There's
ones.
a lot
Yeah.
of talent here.
And I love gigging with the likes of Joel.
Joel
Oh
Vincent.
man, watching him do that gig in a cage that we did.
My
in
favorite
Hamilton.
thing about Joel is how the really cool thing about Joel, because Joel's mature about it as well,
Mature?
right? Joe, did you know that Joel Vincent is mature? Yeah, Joel's mature about it as well because he's kind of like, he knows the sort of direction he's going towards.
Yeah.
He knows his brand. He's like, this is where it's funny. But the thing about his brand is he also understands that the jokes he writes are going to need to be tested a
Yeah,
few times.
yeah,
and
yeah.
And he does that.
Yeah.
He faces into it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Joel.
And he's calm in the approach. And again, that gig we did behind a cage.
Yeah.
in
I'm glad
Hamilton.
I didn't do that one. Not that you asked me.
Oh,
This is our podcast jingle.
I'm gonna fucking.
I'm going to make them leave thinking about me.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
and I absolutely tore the roof, and it was so nice because I haven't done that venue like that when I knew what I was doing, and you can feel the fucking laugh go up and then bounce back. It was just
That's amazing.
amazing, and I
That's
was like,
what I want. I want that. I want a bit of an experience of that because I think that's gonna push me a little.
no, I was given that experience and I fucked it years ago. I was too cocky, and I wrote this routine that I did in my show recently, and the woman in the office goes, "You should change that. Instead of that being a punchline, you should tell them what that is, and then you can get into the story." Turns out, as I'm older, she was right, and I ran out on stage, but it was too much for them. and it wasn't funny, and I got cut, and I didn't make the TV show, and because I wasn't ready for that room.
What was
Mentally, it was Sky City.
Yeah.
Like when I went back there for Ed, I went, oh, I remember this, and it was a lesson.
Well, that's the benefit of doing
Yeah.
this at this age,
Yeah.
right? Because you're like, I've said loads of times, if I started comedy I started when I was 30.
Yeah.
But if I started when I was 20,
Oh man, I'd be
I would've-
cancelled.
I think I would be where I am. I would have more material,
Yeah.
but I think I would be in terms of like, without sounding arrogant, in terms of my skill, my
Yeah.
persona, my presence.
Yeah.
I think it would be the same.
Yeah.
I actually think that wasn't about being on stage. That was about being mature.
Yeah.
And knowing yourself.
Yeah.
And that
this-
doesn't just accelerate just because you're 20 years old. It took me until I was 30 to be like, this is what you are. This
Yeah.
is why you're funny. This is why people like you.
Because I was always funny, but the jokes were suited for that fucking brief thing, like some of the stuff. And I watched back my first
Oh,
ever
were you
gig.
one of those? Because I talk a lot about like young men doing, like young straight men
Yeah.
doing stand up for the first time, and they go through a little bit of a different journey than
Yeah.
like women or gay people do, because they've got this because everybody who does stand up is funny.
Yeah.
They've
Are they?
Well, they've been told at some point that they're funny. Anyone who does it reasonably well
Yeah.
is a funny person.
Yeah.
Right? There's loads of funny people out
Yeah.
there. People that are funny that make people laugh at work and
Yeah.
never do stand up ever. Loads of funny people. The thing about young men, the difference between young straight men and queer people or women is that these people have kind of grown up with this world where they've got to do this thing. I hate talking like this because it makes me sound like a big bleeding heart liberal, and I'm not really, But
Not really. This
not
might get
really.
cut.
It'll probably get cut anyway. But they've got this thing that they do called code switching, right? Which is, have you heard of code switching? So a lot of gay people will talk about it. Women will talk about it sometimes as well when they've got gay friends. So it's where you, in different settings, you'll change your mannerisms.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Like
For
you put on a
safety, or for just because you're uncomfortable, or
if
whatever.
there's a tradesperson around, all right, mate.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like I've been in 2 Ubers this week where somebody said, "What brought you to New Zealand?" And I said, "My partner." And they went, "Oh, she's this, she's
Yeah.
that," which is weird because fag. But
It's like, yeah, no, I guess, I get you.
but I don't connect for some, even at my age with
Yeah.
my confidence.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
go, "Oh no, he's this."
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
but you know how weird that conversation might get.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to make somebody else uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But if you're a heterosexual man, you're less likely to be in a situation like that. So, and I think something like that affects the way that you approach being a comedian.
Yeah.
And so that means that the guys that do it, because you'll see a lot of people are like take the open mic show.
Yeah.
A lot of boys doing it for the first time. People will be like, it's too misogynistic.
Yeah.
It's too, you're just trying to shock people. It's this, it's
Shock
that.
shock was the thing when I
Yeah.
started, because that's the jokes that we told.
They all go through it. And that's what I used to say when I ran an open mic. I used
Yeah.
to be like, you've got to give these boys the space to figure out
Yeah.
that doesn't work and they have to do something different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
because
know
they
what you mean.
just-
Like,
they drop
yeah.
out.
I've seen
anyway.
it like some of the open mics that I ran. There was a fella, he got barred from the venue. Two acts got barred from venues.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this guy, the manager calls me up and he goes, "This guy is the most horrific comedian. Everything is horrible."
Mm.
And I said, "Right, I'll go have a look." I've later seen this guy wearing a MAGA cap walking around trying to get it, and he shared. I think he's the one that shared.
Well,
the
some of them don't learn.
Some of them don't, but it was just shocking. And he went on to, I think he shared a photograph of some comedians, and he had hand cream or something on it, but he made it look as if he jizzed all over it. He goes, really excited to see the show. Horrible person.
That could be funny in the right circumstances.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Somebody did that for one of my posters. I'd
Yeah,
very
you'd be like,
happy.
yeah, slap it on the face.
Yeah.
But so I went, okay, I'll go watch. So I turned up to the venue to watch him do the open mic because I just ran them. I didn't fucking get involved.
Yeah.
And the material, he covered everything. homophobia, sexist, everything, and then Nazi stuff and blah blah blah. But the weird thing is,
Pedophilia is always a go-to for them for some reason.
but it was everything was cleverly entwined. Like if you use that skill and write about something funny, it's a different story.
This is how I feel about that guy that opened in...
Oh yeah,
Because the subject matter
yeah,
was what put them off.
Yeah.
It wasn't the jokes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the cadence. It's not
Yeah.
the way he delivers. That it's just the subject matter. So I'm like, if you can figure out how to bottle that
yeah.
and put it but that's what they go through, men, when they're starting comedy.
Well, you have to learn, and then you go on stage. If something isn't funny, then you don't do it again. So, and
those that don't realise it's not funny, because there's people that'll come off and be like, oh, well, they weren't ready for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people that... So when I said before, it's always them.
Yeah.
That only applies
for good comedians.
for good comedians.
No,
it's
I get you.
It's rarely the audience's fault if it doesn't go well.
I was going to
Very
blame
rarely.
the Bad Gigs podcast. The original name was I Blame the Audience or something like that. Because those stories where they go, the audience were shit. I was like, no. It wasn't like the
There's
story I told you.
always something you
Yeah.
could have done differently.
Yeah.
This is our podcast jingle.
I pretended to be asleep for 2 hours in a car once.
Just to avoid talking.
Just to avoid talking. And do you know when you're pretending to be asleep and then you forget and then you just start checking your phone? You're, oh, fuck, I'm supposed to be asleep.
Yeah, I do. I've done that a few times.
You just sit in the car and you're like, and they're talking and they're saying, they're quoting movies and then you just go, what's on
Quoted
Facebook?
Family Guy, probably.
No, it was all these.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, it was
that's
really
old
weird.
school.
Yeah, I think they were trying to be cool. And, it was horrific. Yeah, I just didn't want to talk to anyone.
This is our podcast jingle.
I walked
Me
over.
and my friend Ashley just used to steal drinks.
Yeah, I did that as well.
We would just...
I was
we
caught
would
doing it.
meet- Oh, when we were caught, we're like, I'm sorry, I thought it was mine. But, I was just using my gay charm.
Yeah, I was just
I'm
like,
really sorry. I thought,
I just want
oh, I'm
to
really sorry. But there I am holding 3 other drinks.
Yeah.
So I thought that was mine.
Yeah. These are all my drinks.
Ah.
The gig, I have to finish this fucking story. The gig in,
I actually need to use your bathroom.
yes, upstairs, in the Paddington. No, it's a barn door, which is a bit weird, so you don't have to shut the door. There's no one here.
I've never used your bathroom.
No, you've never used the bathroom. Anyway,
because
so...
of my snobbery.
No, because you don't know me drinking coffee, and that was fucking a bottle of wine.
I'm drunk.
Where did we get to the questions?
I know.
This is our podcast jingle.
Huh?
Bathroom you've got up there.
Is it?
I don't know.
We're working on it, so it's ADHD is taking ages to get the fucking door done, and then I bought showers.
It looks great.
It's getting there. But I bought a shower, and then I forgot to put it up, and then Jane got pissed off, and she just fucking hammered it against the wall to get a shower up. So then I had to buy a new shower, and then we lost bits of it, so we still can't find one bit of it. Let's do
I
a
think
question.
we should do another intro first. So since we recorded the beginning of our intro, I've drunk most of this bottle of wine.
Yeah, and we haven't done one question
We
yet.
haven't done a single question. We've been here for fucking hours.
2 hours, 13 minutes.
I used Alan's bathroom for the first
For
time.
the first time. I just pissed myself. So we're going to eventually do questions.
Let's do a question.
Let's do
You
a
pour
que-
yourself another one of that room temperature white wine into your Jack Skellington glasses that we're using.
I love it.
There you go.
Do you know what?
Something in the wind.
I do prefer this to coffee.
Do you?
Yeah.
You can't do this every time.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely, we can. 7 hours. Oh, all right.
Okay,
So,
let's do it.
let's do a question.
Let's do a question.
Oh, I know what's coming
And
up.
I'm vaping freely in your
Yeah.
house now. Is that okay?
Fuck it. Selling. So, here's a new part of The World Is Beeped, is listener stories.
We've got listeners.
We've got
Who the
listeners.
fuck knew?
Yeah, and this guy, now I know him, he's fucking hilarious.
we
And
have
yeah,
a
he
few
sent
of
me
these?
a thing, a story. He goes,
This is exciting.
so we had a chat, and he goes, can I send you a story? And I went, send me the maddest story you have. So I haven't listened to it yet, right? So we're listening to this for the first time. I'll explain who the guy is. His name is Paul, and I met him. We were extras in an advert years ago. I think it was a Heineken ad, right? And this is before I've done any kind of proper acting where I'm like, how can someone stand there with all these cameras on them and do the bit, you know? So we were just acting the bollocks in the background, right? And the money was fuck all, but it was free booze, you could drink at it, and it was free lunch, right?
We're there.
We're there, right? So I meet him, first time I meet him, and we're having a laugh, and there's a few other people, and we're in the background, and we're drinking loads. We're having a few pints, and then the meal was amazing. It was a big proper pub lunch, right? And then we were going
Sausages
back,
and mash.
everything.
Sort of thing.
Oh, it was fucking amazing. And then we were going to go back to the second half of the day, and Paul just goes, right, see you lads.
Oh.
I goes, what? He goes, I'm only here for the free booze and the food. And they
Oh,
fucked
wow.
off. Yeah. I goes, do you do this a lot? He goes, yeah, the money isn't worth it. It's a bit of crack in it. And then
So he just wasn't in the advert then. He just.
he was at the first half, and then we had a break, and then he fucked off. So you know,
play.
it was amazing. So anyway, we've kept in touch over the years, and he loves the podcast, and he messaged me a lot about it, and he sent me a story. So I haven't listened to it, so we're gonna listen
we're
to
going
it.
to listen to it.
Yeah, we're gonna listen
I hope
to
it
it.
gets picked up on this. Well, you could always.
Well, I can
fade
always,
it in.
yeah, I just lash it in. So
All right.
it's for us
Let's
to
hear from you, Paul.
Let's hear from you, Paul. Right, let's go. What's he say?
I'm excited.
He goes, you can put it in your, or you can take
Wait,
the mick out of me if you
Wait
want.
a minute. What's he? So he says we can take the mick out of him if we want.
We can slag him off if you want.
Oh,
yeah.
never.
Nah, all right.
I'm
right.
supposed to do that. I don't even know what he looks like.
Before I moved to New York, for just under a year, I ended up going about 2 years before that just to check it out and see New York. I've never been there before, and a friend of mine lives over there in Queens. So she said, you know, come over when you're over. Just give us a call and we meet up. I was like, okay, fair enough. So did that. I was in New York. It was all that shit, blah 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 blah, and we two of us go for a pizza, and she goes home, and I drop her off at the subway station, and that's it. Now, the area in New York that we were where my hotel was on 44th Street and 8th Avenue, which is basically the red light district. It's a shithole. It's not anymore. But back then, in
We're not stopping now.
2006, I think.
Wait a minute.
Really, really bad.
Let him finish.
It's 20 minutes long.
It's 20 minutes long.
Pool in the
Are you
lobby of the
fucking mad?
Hotel or whatever. Having a great time, and I'm drinking at the bar.
How could it be
Hotel
20
bar,
minutes
and
I
long?
just realised now.
I'm drunk as fuck, but I want to go out and experience the night scene in New
Paul,
York and get
you need to be more
fucking
concise.
lights in Times Square and all that shit. So end up there.
Skip it to the end.
But anyway,
Skip it to the end. Right, I get it. The premise is he's been wandering around New York. There was a lady. She's left him alone for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Where are you from? And I was like,
And now he's with a big tall black guy.
oh shit, I fucking love Braveheart. And I was like,
Oh.
that's fucking Scotland. But okay, yeah, alright, yeah, fair enough.
Confusing Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah. Oh, it's not 20 minutes long.
Oh, it's not 20
No,
minutes.
that's the time.
Different shit, and I'm asking him about
Oh.
that.
That's the time he said that.
nasty bitch, Alan.
You don't tell anybody, say, "Oh, this is me, I'm going to go to." So we're walking, and before I know it, I'm down this dark street, and it's something you'd see in a fucking movie. There was a dumpster and a burnt out car. No, sorry, the car wasn't burnt out. There was no wheels on the car. So
It's a bit of a difference.
That's really important. Thank you for telling
Good,
us.
good memory. The burnt out car. No, sorry,
Sorry.
had no wheels.
My apologies.
Yo, man, run your pockets. I was like, what? And he goes, don't fucking want me.
Yeah, you're
Run
being
your
mugged.
fucking pockets. Take your fucking money out. Give me your money.
Exactly.
Oh shit. I was like, man, I don't have anything on right now. Before I go and continue, I left the hotel that night when I went down for a pool with all my money for when I brought her over. So I had $2,000 in my wallet, right? I think it was 1,000 actually. I'm over exaggerating. I think it's $1,000 I had in my wallet.
Car wasn't
Doesn't
burned out.
matter. It was a shitload of money. And I had this in my wallet. So he's asking me for my wallet. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, come on, man. He goes,
I wonder,
fuck
does he
you.
kill him?
Fuck that shit. You know,
Imagine this is a weird
That
confession.
would be
yeah, I
amazing.
went, man, I don't have anything. And just as I took out my wallet, there was a $20 bill sticking out of the wallet. Like,
Just give him the
kind of
$20.
triangle kind of thing. And he snatched it.
Triangles.
You know, how fucking lucky is that? He's, yo,
Well,
break the fuck out.
they
of
are
here,
structurally
Get the fuck out. So
sound.
I'm like, okay, fuck you. So I turn around trying to be all fucking brave and all that bollocks. So I start turning around going, thanks very much. All this real sarcastic Irish shit, like, Oh, thanks very much, mate. You fucking.
This is a long story,
thanks,
though.
Thanks for that. Thanks for having a great.
Yeah.
I'm a great fucking
20
night and
minutes.
all that shit.
It is 20 minutes.
Nah, it's
He
not.
takes out
It's
his
time.
knife. Big fucking knife as well.
No, it is
He
20
goes,
minutes.
It's not.
Yo,
It's
what
4
the
minutes
fuck
in.
did you
So.
say to me?
Yeah,
That's the
and
I
time.
was like,
No,
fuck you.
Yeah, that's the
And he
time,
goes,
look.
Fuck you. So he starts walking
Oh,
towards
that
me
is the
real
time.
fast, you know.
Yeah, we're nearly there.
So he's about
thinking,
10
I don't know where the
minutes.
fuck I am.
I'd say 11.
And my adrenaline is making
Paul,
my
you
legs
need to
go fucking
edit.
jelly as fuck. And I just said, right, you know what? I'm gonna hit this guy. I'm gonna punch this fucking guy, and I'm gonna run. I'm just gonna run until my fucking legs collapse. Basically, you know, I'm gonna do a Forrest
What are you
Gump.
Like your legs
So-
just fall off?
He's getting closer, and I'm
This is
fucking
New
doing this,
York.
jumping up and down.
Yeah, you'd be in
soccer
Boston
hooligan
by the time
shit
you're gonna
out
get
of the
shot,
fucking swing of
Paul.
dig. And fucking someone grabs my arm, like my right arm, just as I'm about to swing the dig.
I know it's me left arm.
And fucking pulls me towards this guy, you know. I'm like, what the fuck? So I elbow this guy in the face. He lets go of me, and I fucking see two other guys, and I just fucking rugby tackle, like right through. Now I'm a fat fuck. I got through, and I fucking pegged it straight down to the street. And I turned
Loves
on
pegging.
to 8th Avenue, which was
Pegged it right there on the
It's
street.
a run straight up to
Yeah, up the arse.
Midtown into.
Fair fucks to him.
Ah, fair play.
And like, okay,
It's an
I'm
interesting
fucking
response to
running,
being mugged.
Screaming and going, help man, get fucking mugged, help. Now I'm screaming.
I don't
across
have
the
any
street.
money, do you want me to
People
fund
taking pictures
myself
of
of this?
tourists and, oh shit, man, a real life fucking mug.
Thought of
you know?
myself
Yeah,
stupid.
oh, yeah. So this is just standing there and I go, help that fucking mug. Just here's my head. So these two guys
That's an important
at
part.
the
of
time
the story.
started running towards me. He goes, stop, you fucking asshole, stop. And I was like, shit. And I didn't know where it was going, so I stopped, put my hands up, and then I heard, we're cops. I was like,
Oh.
fuck, you know? So I turned around and went, okay, man, listen, sorry. And I had my hands up when I say this. And your man, one of the guys, fucking rugby tackled me, like fucking full on. Threw me on the ground, slammed my face on the ground. Fuck that guy, I can't breathe shit. I was fucking, I was way worse than that. So I
was
took his fucking.
We should all take a knee for him now
Yeah.
before every.
Cuffed me up. There's a gun at the back of my head.
Like, forget about him.
Paul's life matters.
Yeah.
Pull me up on the count of 3, 1, 2, and he just fucking raised me up. Fucking he goes, oh man, and your man goes, you're in a lot of fucking trouble, man. You're in a lot of fucking trouble. I was like, I don't know, man. I work in the post office. Blah blah blah. And I'm there.
Let him go. He works in a post office.
Work in the post office.
Fucking robbed me. Where the guy fucking.
Emails are taking our jobs.
So we get in, and just as we're getting at the corner, we start screaming and went, how do we know these are fucking cops? So I start pulling and resisting, right?
Actually, I've got a similar story to this about my own life.
Pegging.
No.
Slams it into my face.
I don't need
fucking
that.
Full force and goes, what the fuck does that
can
say,
imagine.
asshole? I was like, shit, okay, you're cops. And so your man fucking brings me over to this shutter, steel shutter, slams my face against it, turns me around.
A memory he's got.
Fucking, you're gone
Car
away,
wasn't
you're
bored,
gone
yeah.
away, you know. The guy that I fucking elbowed was a cop. So understanding cop comes over to me and goes, right mate,
Well,
I want you not
this is going to be
anymore,
awkward if this is the story,
Can you
Alan.
tell me what happened? Told him the story.
Let's find out.
And he put the door, and he goes, and he goes, where'd you work, man? I swear to God, man, I work for
In the
fucking
post
office.
blah, 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 blah. And yeah, you this is my cuff. Yeah, man, I'm not going to do anything. I swear to God. He takes off cuffs off me, and he goes, right, show me some ID. So I take out my fucking wallet, and I take out money, and went, listen, man, I
Triangle.
don't know what I'm doing. Here, look, take this, and your man, one of the cops, just fucking pushes me against the other and goes, what the fuck you doing, asshole? I was like, what? I said, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what I'm doing,
It sounds kind of
He
gay.
already got you on resisting arrest, assaulting a
yes.
police officer.
No, I mean, not him.
Bribe a police
Oh, yeah,
officer.
sorry.
Situation.
You're just
Sounds
looking for
charged.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, man.
Pegging.
What do I do? Just tell me what to fucking do. He goes, just shut the fuck up and let us do our job. And I was like, fucking takes my name and goes, right, the district attorney is going to call you in a few days. Now I want you to go back to your hotel and think about what you did. And I was like, don't worry, man. I'm going to go home. I'm going to drink. I'm going to go back to the hotel. I'm going to drink the ass off. They didn't see the comedy in it. They were just fucking pissed off. And so
The comedy?
But can I just ask you for one favor? And one of the cops starts laughing and goes, what? And I went, can I take a picture of the two of you? And he goes, what? I was like, can I take a picture of the two of you? I swear to God, it'll be quick. Nobody's going to believe this story. Nobody.
I believe it.
And they were like,
I
just started
believe
laughing.
that-
He goes, dude, you're fucking crazy. You know what? You're nuts. I was like, oh man, I know,
that-
but I need this story. And he goes, yeah, all right, fuck it. You know, and I took this picture. I'm going to send you the picture after this audio.
Is that the
But
picture?
there you have it.
They're not caught.
That's the story. Now,
Couple of gay lads.
I have other stories
couple of gay lads.
too, where they nearly got kidnapped in Nigeria.
Well, that would have been a better story, Paul.
There's a lot of
What do you mean you've got a story where you were nearly kidnapped in Nigeria?
later, so let me know.
And you
That's
spent 20
good
minutes
enough.
telling us the story of
That's the longest 20 minutes of my life.
Jesus Christ, Paul.
And
And then there's a
these
picture.
two lads threw him up against a fence. So
Well,
that segment is done.
is
Probably won't do that
the,
again.
Is that the end of that segment forever?
I want to hear the Kenya story.
The
Listen,
Nigeria
this is
story.
sorry. No, Kenya was it?
Nigeria, he said.
I'm not getting confused.
Well, let us know, Paul.
Let us know. This is like the end of a Netflix thing. It's like, oh, it
I
just threw
know.
into Kenya or
And
Nigeria.
that's when it all went wrong.
It's like,
that
yeah,
sort
so
of thing.
I was down a laneway and with a fella, and he took $20. That was a triangle, and the car wasn't burnt out. We just had no wheels. And then two fellas threw me up against the thing, and I was pegged, and they slammed me head against. And I said, "Can I take a picture of you? Because I want to remember this moment." And that's the crack. And anyway, next time I'll tell you about the time I got kidnapped in Kenya. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no.
I want that.
I want that as well, Paul.
I'll have a word.
This is our podcast jingle. Doesn't it make you tingle? Make you feel warm inside before we release the title. Crazy stories from around the globe that we'll condense for your earlobe. Put that tide into an aqueduct. 'Cause you're